Good evening, fellows. I'm reading what I call my funny papers. It's a certain site that I used to belong to, and I just recently joined back there because I found a old post floating around on Google that needed answering. One of the fellows on that site had made a post, "Why does being a nice guy never work on the ladies?" And I'm looking at some of the responses. It looks like people are finally getting the idea that nice guys are fucked up individuals. I know we get some bad complaints about that. Listen to this. One person realized that because it's manipulative and disingenuous. Like salespeople or high street charity chuggers, their niceness doesn't fool anybody. He sees the truth. You nice guys, you love to hide behind your "I'm a nice guy" thing. And she should love me. They see right through your bullshit. The only reason why you're being nice is you're too afraid to show your real face. You're afraid she won't like you. Another fellow says, because we all hate people who are too nice. It smells with a trap. Don't you remember mommy always told you not to take candy from an old man or from old men? Interesting. Let's see. One person still in the dark. He says has nothing to do with nice or not. It's 95% looks. It just so happens that less attractive guys are often nicer to compensate. Okay. I see where he's going. Plus, women don't want to sound as shallow as they are. Not good. So they tell the less attractive guy that he is too nice. No. Usually it's because the fella is just a little bit too nice. He doesn't stimulate them sexually. If you walk down the streets, count how many drop dead gorgeous you guys see with females out there. Then you'll get the truth of the matter. You should do your own poll there, fellas. Well, if you think it's all about looks, now don't get me wrong now, looks are very important in the game. Very important, but it's not all. Looks, we need to find out from women just how important looks truly are in the game, because I see guys who are just average dating attractive women all the time. And it's not just a coincidence. It's a common theme out there, because drop dead gorgeous looking dudes are few and far between. Did that person not understand that or forget about that? How many times do you guys, well, we don't really judge men, but seriously though, how many times do you guys see a guy that turns chicks' heads everywhere he goes? Yeah. Most of the rest of us are, between average and attractive looking. We're not drop dead gorgeous. And someone comes in, refute him. That's not true. I had a much better looking friend than me, who's also 6'2", but was a quintessential nice guy. How many times I heard how good looking girls thought he was only to be let down by his niceness. There we go. What I was just talking about, see? Sure, the looks brought the girls in sniffing, but the nice thing drove them away like raiding against flies. This fellow says nice is boring. Because if a woman feels you agree easily and are easy to manipulate, there's no challenge and no passion. Nice guy is flat, one-dimensional character. He is Mr. Nothing Happens. I'm very pleased to see that the message is getting out there. I still get emails every week or comments on those two girls video. They talk about bad boys and nice guys, and they always go for the bad boys. I don't get why guys are so goddamn stupid. If girls are going for X and you present yourself as Y and they don't like Y, I don't get it. Why would you be so stupid as to do something that dumb? And these are guys that claim to be intelligent, but no common sense. And then no common sense falls behind that fake moral value thing. I'm not going to change myself for them. They sit there alone, fiddling themselves. Now, how stupid is that, fellas? Let me know how stupid you think that shit is. Doesn't make sense to me. Oh, okay. I was wondering about this post. It was titled, I'm not ready for a relationship with another guy. And it's a chick that said that. Okay, I was wondering, are they allowing gays on that site? So this girl broke up with her boyfriend. She's 19. 3-year-long relationship after cheating on him with me. Yeah. With a lot of complications. I've had to resort to NC while you have a boyfriend. Don't know what NC means, and I don't really care before someone does that nerd thing. Teacher, I know. Among other things, to untie the knots. And she texted me a lot drunk, like, I think about you all the time and whatever. We're kind of in a relationship, but she kind of turned cold suddenly and said she can't be with another guy right now, even though she likes me a lot and she hopes I'll understand and wants to stay in contact. Yeah, she wants to fuck around. She's free. I mean, she's been in a 3-year-long relationship from 16 to 19. She wants to explore, see what else is out there. Can you blame her? I mean, who wants to be stuck in another goddamn relationship after 3 years of the shit? And she ends up cheating on the guy. That tells you about her morals right there. Honestly, he says, whatever happens, I'm nexting her. Good. I immediately went for the let's just be friend counter and withdrawing attention in an effort to get more attraction going. That works, though, by the way. She responded along the lines, I guess that's something. I could tell you're mad, though. To which I replied, relax, girl name. It's barely worth the hassle. I just want to know what you guys think is going on, he says. And before I get a bunch of, she's playing you and she's shown repeatedly in the past that she's genuinely honest up front, but it's kind of overshadowed by her not knowing what the fuck she's doing half the time. She's like going buck wild. She turned cold. That usually happens when they don't fuck someone else, usually. And or either her guilt caught up with her. Who is more attractive, person A or person B? Person A, an average-looking guy, is happy, thinks he looks like Brad Pitt, enjoys every conversation with everyone. He is funny, has goals in life, and takes action to reach them in order to have a successful life. Person B is a very good-looking man who has only looks going for him. Well, and his question is person A more attractive to women than person B just because of his mindset? This is going to sound like I'm refuting myself, but in most situations, girls are going to look at person B first, okay? Because they don't know person A. Get that? They have to get to know person A to realize he's the better catch. But girls are going to gravitate to if you have them standing side by side, girls are going to gravitate to the better looking guy, very good looking guy. How many very good looking guys exist out there? I mean, come on. These guys come up with these weird scenarios that have nothing to do with nothing with real life. So this question and this entire post is that time wasting thing that guys do online where they start thinking about shit and fantasizing about stuff and getting all googly over the shit. And they make a dumbass post. Whisper. Want to see some desperate betas? There's an app called Whisper. I post something like, I'm going to get crunk, and holy shit, Batman. Instantly all the lonely cocks, flood my message like spam. Oh my fucking God. And earlier I posted I had a broken heart and I got flooded with dudes again. Is this a chick? Or are they gay dudes? I think he's a dude. Fuck. I don't get that one. Best way to approach this candy girl. I guess there's a new phrase for hot women now. Candy girl. Oh, the internet. Internet people. You have me grinding my teeth. Oh, my teeth are down to little nubs now. There is a 9.5/10 girl who works in the biggest, most famous, never mind, candy shop in our town. I'm glad it wasn't a new reference to a babe. She is cute, and she knows it. Looks like she's from a rich family, has many options. I bet one of the options ain't this dude. And there are always one or two beta guys standing in a corner, staring at her. I think the shop belongs to her dad. Very confident, friendly towards everyone, and smiling most of the time. I hope this brother doesn't take the smile as, she likes me! Good. But it's her workplace, so it's a risky situation. However, I have a few more ideas on how to approach. Instead of giving, he's going through a bunch of bullshit, tricks to step over. Instead of stepping over, most guys in there are probably too chicken shit to ask her out. I suggest he read the book How to Be the Jerk Women Love by A.J. Sharkey. Yeah. Tell her, look into my eyes. What kind of creepy shit is that? And when she does, I will tell her, congrats, you just experienced love at first sight. Oh, God. Can you guys believe that? The corniness meter is blown up. Get close to her head and tell her, let's be lovers, just like two happy birds, and then leave the shop. She'll probably call the cops on him. Instead of giving her my receipt, I'll give her a paper which is photoshopped to look like a receipt, but with a big heart on it. He actually thinks telling her let's be lovers, it's like two happy birds, he called that romantic. That's scary. That's scary. Negative thoughts that stop me from approaching her. What if her boyfriend? Okay, this babe he calls her a 10. She's probably just, a good-looking girl. But this guy, it's his 10. Okay. And she has a boyfriend? But she's obviously very hot. She got a boyfriend. And he thinks this corny shit is gonna work? Well, looks like the site's back to the funny papers. Because that's some dumb shit right there. I need to tune in to see what the fuck happens. Let me scroll down. Looks like they're eating them up on this shit. Now I'm vomiting. You have to gauge your reaction. It'll be nausea. People got some common sense there, after all. Wow. Okay. Too complicated. Never mention feelings. Now I'm vomiting. If she has a boyfriend, she'll let you know. If it's her brother or dad, who the fuck cares? I think he already knows she has a boyfriend. At least that's what I gathered. And I hope he's taking the advice. He says, very helpful, thanks. Somehow I felt the same way while I was typing those lines. Nausea. There's hope for that fella after all. All right, let's move on. My funny papers rarely make me laugh, fellas. I don't really get a laugh out of it. Actually, I end up ranting and shaking my head, or I used to. Trouble forgetting about my ex. Now, this is a real problem. The brother writes, I could really use help, guys. I have not tried to contact her in any way, shape, or form for about a week. The breakup is really getting to me. This is where the brother needs to get active and start, that's when you start working on your body, put yourself back on the market, okay? It's going to hurt every second of every day. Then about a month later, it'll hurt every 5 minutes of every day. A month after that, it'll hurt every 10 minutes. Then it becomes 15, where you don't think about her. She's fucking someone else. That's going to drive you crazy. Think about her sucking some other guy's dick and being the kind of man or the kind of woman that you should have been with you. But she's trying to give the new guy the A game and going all out for him. That's going to eat your mind up. Okay? The best way to handle that I've found is to replace that female as quickly as possible. That's why I'm grateful that I always had other women. And now I've had bad breakups. The last one launched me into the upper stratosphere of the game. I strove to become the biggest pimp in this town. Did make it, but I reached the height of my own game that I was willing to go to. He says, I don't want to work or do anything, but push through it. Anyhow, most of the time, I've been a gym rat every day. Good. House is spotless. Got a new haircut. Some nice clothes. Good. But I still feel like shit. It was just a short relationship. Wow. Was a good thing it wasn't a long one. We both got too emotionally invested too fast. She told me she loved me after a week. I don't believe love happens that fast myself. I'm sorry, I don't believe in love at first sight. That's just infatuation. I learned that, I think it was my first year of college. We had a public speaker come in, and he was actually very good. It was an interpersonal communications class or one of them. And he talked about that. That's just infatuation. And I've known since my early 20s that love at first sight is just infatuation. It's not love. You think you love her. Your brain's going off. The wiring is fucked up. Okay. He writes, too early for me. I just want to be the person I was before this happened. Could use some help figuring it out. I'm constantly wanting to see her Facebook. At this point, I've been bummed longer than the damn relationship. I feel like a chump about that. Thanks for your help, guys. I hope they help them out. Because, getting over a girl is really hard sometimes. And this fella, he fell fast, I guess. As I said, the best thing to do is replace her. Don't sit around just thinking about her. If you don't have other prospects to work on, you end up thinking about that one girl. So you got to get back on the horse as soon as possible, fellas. That means you got to start trying to date again, because that's what she's doing. When they break up, they always have someone else in mind, or they're already fucking. One or the other. They don't just leave some dick that's already put out for them. They don't leave a relationship they've already developed without having something else in mind. That's most of the time. Women respond to your spirit, not your game. Yes and no. I mean, no, he's not correct 100%. Yes, they respond to your spirit, but they also respond to your game. Think about pimps. You think they have a good spirit? No. All they have is game. What about Max? You think they have a good spirit? No. All they have is their game. Players, besides myself, all they have is their game. Why did I say beside myself? Because I'm a person that looks for purpose in life. A person that believes in following your passion. A person that believes in men starting their own private business. I also believe in soulmates. I know the spiritual side. because that's where I come from. And yes, I was a player. So I combined the two. And don't listen to anyone that says, you can't do that. How do they know? I did it. And yeah, it was a hell of a ride too. Like, I felt guilty. I've had my periods of guilt, not over playing women, but over things like doing healing work. Because I'm also a Reiki healer. Look it up. Hands-on healing. Becoming a spiritual guru is what stopped me from. Actually, I wanted to become a spiritual guru, but being a player stopped me. Like, I knew as when I was a kid, I had a flash that I would become a minister of some type. Well, here's my ministry right here, fellas. This is my ministry. But I was thinking, church. And I knew that I could never do that because of women. I would have been one of those preachers that was fucking half the congregation. And I admitted that to myself in my 20s. And I realized, you know what? I'm not going to be like that. So this is my ministry. And I do preach. This is a brother. Never mind. I won't say his name. Let's see. As the title says, women are not interested in your tactics, but the spirit behind your tactics. That works for metaphysical type chicks. The rest of the females, he's black, sisters. Do they think sisters are interested in a man's spirit? See, this brother comes from that middle line world. Some call it vibe. Okay. If he's talking about swag, then he's on a good point. Vibe, that's what I talk about. I don't associate spirit, your soul, with your vibe. Because you can build a vibe, but there's nothing you can do to your soul. A guy who goes up to a girl with good feelings about women in his head and an open, happy mind will have a better chance of mate pairing than one who is red pill. Most red pill niggas succeed with broken women, but lo and behold, they can't keep the ones they want. He hasn't done a poll there, by the way, fellas. He's given his own opinion on things. Why, you ask? Because they have a bad spirit behind their interactions. That's why so many black women and white women and Japanese women too and Asian women line up for bad boys. See that? That destroys the entire argument right here. They are jaded, and women can sense this in their voice tone, their eye movements, and their microscopic facial and bodily tics and cues. No, I disagree. They can sense that about weak men. From the guys who are bad boys, or as they call it, jaded. Listen carefully, fellas. It's important. They don't give a fuck. Okay? That's what makes them different. They don't give a fuck. So they don't have any facial tics or bodily movements. They want to smash, and that's it, and that's all they care about. And for some reason, that turns women on. It's what it is. They have dehumanized women to merely conquests, forgetting that life is not black and white, and that the average human being has complex layers. They have turned women into a, name of the site, green rep point, an ego confirmant. When these educated brothers dreaming about the game, what's the solution? Well, I would advise have a healthy view about women. I advise the same thing. because I don't want you guys to become assholes out there or just bad boys. Take the qualities that make it work for them. You ain't got to go out there and ride a Harley or start bar fights and shit. Okay? It's not about that. Let's see. Go to a place that is packed with tons of beautiful women, and you see that they feel insecure because of the amount of competitors around you. Will realize the mindset you have, which is, see, he's halfway there. He needs to bring it back to the center, which is combine it and see the truth. Yes, women do respond to your vibe. Yes, they sure in the hell do. They're responding to the bad boys vibe also. They like that darkness. Okay? They like that scary side. That's what he doesn't see. The bodybuilding chick. After she got married, she wanted to hook up. She kept calling me. She said, being with you is like being on the edge of a cliff. Actually, she wasn't married to him at the time, but she said about her boyfriend, she equated him, and I quote, a bowl of warm milk. And I hadn't dated her in, I think it was like 16 years. It had been about 16 years or something like that. And it was a long ass time, I think. It was in the 90s, middle 90s. And this was it had been about 12 years when she said that. So what does that tell you about our brother's post here? He needs to grow some more in his game. He's on the right path, but he needs to grow some more. What he's talking about is good, you know, except how do you get that vibe? Uh-oh. He's a Jesus freak. The Holy Spirit mentioned in the Christian Bible taught me all this. When they start mentioning Jesus, I just tune them out. Or Bible. Let's see. Why am I getting annoyed with this hot woman? Because she is being female, acting how some females act. There are tons of women on this planet, and I have options. I just need to drop my stinking thinking. He's been listening to somebody. Stinking thinking. That's from a public speaker, his phrase. And stop making snap judgments about women. True. There are as many nice females as there are perceivedly mean ones. Nice chicks are nice. I love nice girls. I also like the bad ones. I like to master the bad ones. They're more of a challenge. And they're fun. Nice girls are boring as fuck. You hear that, Jovi? Nice girls are boring as fuck. She's too busy in her nice little world. So, bad chicks, bad girls, they belong with bad boys like me, I guess. I think bad boys should stay away from nice girls myself. But they like bad boys too because they want to experience the roller coaster. I don't understand why you guys stay in that nice guy cone. And I'm not saying being assholes. I didn't go to jail. I was perceived as a bad boy. Tough. All that shit. And I didn't go to jail over the shit. He goes during a period of deliberate no fap. That means jacking off, internet porn. You'll experience pain. When you do it long enough, you will get a clear mind. So this is one of these guys that went through his sex addiction to internet porn and suddenly had these thoughts. Gotcha. I have a boyfriend. Now what? And it goes, this link goes to a video, and I'm not going to click on the video, but if a girl says she's got a boyfriend, walk the fuck off. Now, if you follow the way I teach the game, then she was choosing. She's giving you some favorable eye contact. I say that to cut down your misery, cut down your pain. Okay? If she gives you eye contact, she's interested. Go with and find out how deep that interest goes. It may be just she thinks you're nice looking, but it's up to you to find out. Be a man to find out. That way you cut down your rejection. You cut down all the bullshit in the game. Does that make sense? Now, the hard part and the problem is most people are looking at me, you're the average looking. I'm sorry. If you're drop dead gorgeous, and I said there's a few of you guys out there like that, then chicks will be all sniffing all around you. Even if you're good looking, more than likely you probably wouldn't be on my channel watching me. So you're somewhere from, just good looking down to average, if not below average, some of you. A lot of you have that whole height thing. I've seen your physiques, and you're a little bit smaller, and that's fucked up your confidence. Even though there are smaller guys out there dating left and right, but it affected you. Okay, so that's why you're on here. Some of you guys have the big heads, the balding. I would do the same thing. I started balding when I was in my 20s. It's traumatic. They were doing the high top fade, flat top fades back then. Couldn't get a flat top. I had a yarmulke hole in the top of my flat top. So I know what you're going through. It is very traumatic. Height thing, I don't. I got a taste of that when the Kings started here in Sacramento. I was in the clubs. They start showing up. It's like Land of the fucking Giants. And I said to myself, this is how a small guy feels. As I'm looking up at these giants walking around. Mommy. Okay. I can get it. But even when they were in the building, I still found a way to get mine. Okay. Yeah, all the chicks were focused on these guys. It was hard to get a female to notice you. You had to compete harder. But I still did it. You guys stop yourselves mostly. Because for every one of your bitch ass excuses, there's someone out there with the same problem that's overcame it and went and did it. Okay? So the problem is you. You're the reason why your life is fucked up. You're the reason why you have to whack off some internet porn shit like a creep. And there's no niceness to whacking off, fellas. You're a creep if you're single. I can see a married guy or a guy in a relationship. I have no problem with those guys. They got pussy too. Sometimes they like to spruce it up, because relationships can get kind of boring. It can get hella boring, and you want some new fresh visuals or whatever. I can see that, but you guys who are like virgins and single, that's just some creepy shit right there. To continually do that and know that you're addicted. So you are the reason why you and your life is fucked up. Until you unfuck yourself, it's going to stay that way. Period. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bad information out there on the internet. I feel sorry for a lot of people who are searching for answers. A lot of internet marketers are in this community trying to make $1 because it's a $1 billion industry. And they know they can make money. I was just looking at a product this morning. Actually, this guy is famous for his marketing techniques. And his dating product made $1.4 million, I think it was, within a few days. He's known for using NLP in his products, in his videos and stuff. Very masterful. I've never really studied anything from him, but I know who he is. Ever since I've been online, I've seen the guy's name. I just can't think of it right now. He was doing the blonde surfer dude, and now he's actually, he would talk like he's a surfer guy, and he had this long blonde hair, and that seemed to work. Then he dropped it and showed his real self. The guy's brilliant. He wasn't a surfer dude, but this community is ripe for picking for internet marketers. It's hard for people like me who've actually been in the game that teach real shit, because people don't want to hear that it's going to take time. Okay? People want to hear that I got to learn how to dress. I got to build my body. I got to lose some weight. Otherwise, I won't get hotter women. They don't want to start with the women that are on their own vibrational level. They want Mrs. Hottie to come in. Why? Because they've been whacking off to internet porn. That's the only kind of female that they've seen. I can see the porn addicts right there that say that shit. I know that's their problem. Problem is, when they get a hot chick, because they're in porn, many of them cannot get their dicks up. And I've got emails over and over again from males that's happened to. All because of the fucking porn. When I had my addiction to it in the 90s and early 2000s, I had boxes of the shit I gave to my buddy. Except for the black guy stuff. I threw that shit out. Interracial stuff. So I know what it's like. It's like you can't really experience pleasurable sex for a while. Okay? You got to clear your mind out, fellas. And it's hard. I know that porn addiction is hard to break. You know, mine comes back every now and then. And I can feel it. That's where you gotta put your walls up and fight, fellas. Those guys who are addicts. You can't let this shit end you like this. Okay? Because that's what it's designed to do. They don't want you out there breeding. You know who I'm talking about. Those are you guys who have really taken the red pill and not just talk it because it sounds cool. They don't want you to breed. So you got two forces not wanting you to breed. Nature doesn't want you to breed either, because you're weaker males. Sorry to say that. If you're stronger males, you're out there doing the damn thing. Okay, let's be real. So nature didn't design you to breed. Nature made your pheromones that even come out your mouth be repellent, all because you allowed weakness in your life. But that's good, because you don't breed weak children. But when you're ready to get strong, then you need to learn how to get strong. And that's what I offer. The real thing that'll strengthen you as a man. That's why I talk about find your purpose. Okay? You got to find your purpose in life. Why were you born? Why were you the one sperm cell that made it out of all those millions of other sperm cells? I know that may sound a little bit too spiritual for some of you guys, but there's some truth there. If not find your purpose, then how about discover what you're passionate about in life and start a part-time business. I don't want to work with males or scrub males. I want to teach you guys the entrepreneurial spirit and entrepreneurial mindset, because that's how I developed my game. It's thinking like a business. I learned that whole thing works for me my entire life. It makes it sale that much easier. So if you take the business aspect, then you only go for girls that are choosing. Why waste your time trying to sell air conditioners to Eskimos? If she ain't feeling you, she ain't gonna like you. She don't like you. Now I learned this being, black and dating interracially. If a chick is a member of the KKK party, what kind of sense does it make for me to even step up to her just because she's hot? Think about that. How dumb that is. How lack of common sense it is. It's stupid. So I come from the business model. And owning a business, I teach from that perspective. I like to see all you guys own a part-time business and do something, because that makes you the catch. That makes you the prize. Combine that with a bad boy energy type thing without being a bad boy, that makes you the uber prize. Turns you into uber males. Just made a post on my forum about becoming the uber male, what it takes, and what happens when you learn to actually vibrate in your energy. Doors open for you. Yeah. and also in the game. I've discovered that in my entire life. Everywhere I go, doors open. Even now. Okay? It's a no-brainer. Getting a woman shouldn't be this hard, what do you guys make it? A hard saga, an ultimate journey. It shouldn't be that way. Look at the normal guys out there doing the damn thing every fucking day. There are normal dudes out there dating chicks. But you guys still struggle because of this. This right here. Your shadow self has you like a fucking puppet. A meat puppet that dances around. And it's time for you guys to beat that bitch ass motherfucker up and have it to stop fucking up your life.